Hi everyone, this is Module 9, Lesson 13, and today we're going to talk a little bit about literary elements. Today's reading focus is going to be on the character, setting, and events. So we're going to use evidence from the text to answer questions like, what is the main character like? What is the setting like? And what is the main event in the story? Our learning target today is I can use details from the text to describe the characters, setting, and events. Literary elements are the pieces that make up a story. Even though biographies are nonfiction, they include literary elements. And these are things like the characters, setting, plot, and events. Good readers can identify these elements as they read. Let's take a little closer look at these elements. The characters are the people and animals in a story. Biographies are specifically written to give information about a person, which is usually the main character. So as a reader, you learn about the main character through their voice, what they say, their actions, and their relationships. Some questions that you can ask as you read to help you understand the character. What do they say and think? What do they do? And what do other characters say and think about them? The events are the things that happen in a story. Events are described in detail as a way to build interest for the reader. The events in a biography can also reveal information about a character. So the events in a biography sometimes help to show you as a reader how the character changes to affect the mood of the story and to build the plot. The setting is where and when the story takes place. Knowing the place and time period in which a story happens helps the reader to better understand the characters, their actions, and their motivations, or why they do something. The setting is particularly important in biographies because the setting can influence the event in the plot. Just a reminder, the plot is the conflict or the main problem that the characters face with their resolution, so how the conflict or problem is solved. The plot is really the main action of the story. All of these literary elements can help you to better understand a biography. Specifically for the setting, there is a term called the historical setting. So if the author is describing past events or things that happened prior to current day or in a different country, they sometimes use a historical setting. So for example, if the story is set in the past, the characters may encounter and be affected by different cultural views, different laws, or technology than characters in a modern day setting. You won't see a character in a story set way back in history using a cell phone, as an example. So let's look at this excerpt from the book, Seeds of Change, and think about how the setting helps us to better understand the story. Follow along with me while I read. Wangari was an excellent student and science became her favorite subject. She especially loved studying living things. Air, she learned, was made from two molecules of oxygen bonded together. Bodies were made up of cells. Leaves changed color because of photosynthesis. As graduation neared, Wangari told her friends she wanted to become a biologist. Not many Native women become scientists, they told her. I will, she said. Wangari would have to travel halfway around the world to the United States to study biology. She had never left Kenya and had little money, but with her teacher's help, she won a scholarship to a college in Kansas. In this paragraph, the setting is in a laboratory in America where a group of female scientists are working. But if I go back to the paragraph before that, we learn that initially when Wangari tells her friends that she wanted to become a biologist, they told her that not many women from their country become scientists. So this is an example of how cultural differences in the setting help us to further understand the text. And now I'm going to continue reading. America was very different from Kenya. In college, many of Wangari's science professors were women. From them, she learned that a woman could do anything she wanted to, even if it hadn't been done before. While Wangari discovered how molecules move under a microscope lens and how cells divide in petri dishes, she also found her strength as a woman scientist. After she graduated from college, Wangari traveled to Pennsylvania to continue her studies. Letters from home told Wangari about changes in Kenya. The people had elected a Kyugu president, Jomo Kenyatta. Proud of her country and proud to be Kyugu, Wangari decided to return home to Kenya to help her people. So if we go back to the beginning of the excerpt that I just read, we see that the setting here is when she's already come to America. And the text mentions that she's learned that women could do anything they wanted to do, even if it hadn't been done before, which is very different than when she was home and her friends told her that not many Native women become scientists. So in this excerpt, the setting highlights different cultural views. In her native country, Wangari was told that she would struggle to be a scientist, but she was able to come to America and achieve her goal. Now I'm going to finish reading the last paragraph. America had changed Wangari. She had discovered a spirit of possibility and freedom that she wanted to share with Kenyan women. She accepted a teaching job at the University of Nairobi. Not many women were professors then, and even fewer taught science. Wangari led the way for other women and girls. She worked for equal rights so that female scientists would be treated with the same respect as male scientists. So if I think about the comparison of America to Wangari's home country, it helps me to understand the plot and my character because it gives me a deeper appreciation of what she was able to achieve, that she was told that she would probably not become a scientist, but then when the setting changed, she was actually able to achieve her goals. So as you read today, think about how the setting affects your understanding of the plot and the characters. That's all for today, guys. Have a great day, and I will see you soon.